Hello everyone, I'm Sarah of Rich Textures Crochet and welcome. Today we are on week 6 of our Crazy for Cables crochet along, and you have joined all of your squares together and we are now ready to work a blanket edging. So thank you so much for joining me. If this is your first time hearing about the Crazy for Cables crochet along, do check out the playlist here on my channel by the same name, as well as the description of this video. You'll find some details there about it as well. So today we are going to be working a simple half double crochet in the third loop, edging all the way around our blanket. And to do that, I'm going to be working in my color A here, which was my green color. Now I'll be using the Pound of Love yarn by Lion Brand. It's a worsted or medium weight yarn that's 100% acrylic. I'll also be using my 5mm or my H8 crochet hook. Links to these items can be found in the description of this video. Also in the description you'll find a direct link to the free written instructions, which are on richtexturescrochet.com. So thank you for joining me. While you're here, don't forget to subscribe and take a look around. Even after this crochet along, this channel is updated every single week with free crochet patterns and stitch tutorials. So without further ado, we're going to start our edging on our blanket. What we're going to do is going to start anywhere on the blanket. It really doesn't make too much of a difference. You're going to just join your yarn with a slip stitch into any stitch and chain 1. You're then going to, for round 1, work a half double crochet into the same stitch as joining, and then half double crochet into each stitch all the way around, working 3 half double crochet stitches into each corner stitch. So I'm coming up to my corner here, and when you come to that middle stitch of your corner, so that's this next stitch right here for me, into this stitch you're going to work 3 half double crochet stitches all into the same corner. There's 2 and 3. That's just going to give your corner a nice shape, and then you can continue on working down the next side of your blanket, half double crochet into each stitch. Now when I come to the point where I joined my squares together, I do like to just work a little extra stitch that I'm going to show you, and it's going to help keep the edging smooth as you come around, and I'll show you that when I come to it. Now when you come up to the seam where you have joined your squares together, there's a few things you can do. You can just continue to work a half double crochet in each stitch, each of your corner stitches. Some people will work 1 in the corner stitch, 1 in your seam, and then 1 in the next stitch. It's up to you. What I like to do is actually work a half double crochet 3 stitches together. So I'm going to yarn over and insert my hook into the next corner stitch. Yarn over and draw up a loop. Then insert your hook under the first or the final stitch of your seam, and I insert my hook right under through the 2 loops of that seam. I'm going to yarn over and draw up a loop. Then into the next corner stitch on the next square, insert your hook, yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 5 loops on your hook. Now for me, that just closes the seam up quite nicely, and it's going to create a nice smooth edge. There's no extra stitches, no extra bulk, and there's also no gap in that place. You can then just continue on working half double crochet into each stitch, 3 into each corner stitch, all the way around. So that's just a little trick that I wanted to show you in case you were not happy with how the stitches were looking on either side of that seam. Once you come all the way around the edge of your blanket, you're going to join with a slip stitch into the top of your first stitch. At the end of round 1 of your edging, you're going to join with a slip stitch into the top of your first stitch. Now for rounds 2, 3, and 4, we're going to work a half double crochet into each stitch, working 3 half double crochet stitches into each corner stitch, but working in the 3rd loop only. So you're going to continue working in the same direction, chain 1. Then working in the 3rd loop, work a half double crochet of the same stitches joining. To find your 3rd loop, right now I'm looking at the front of my half double crochet stitch. Up at the top we have our front loop and our back loop of the stitch. If I turn it over and look at the back of my half double crochet, lining just below our back loop, there is one other loop that is running alongside it, and that is our 3rd loop. So you're going to insert your hook under this 3rd loop only, work a half double crochet, and do that in each stitch all the way around. This is for rounds 2, 3, and 4. When you come to that corner stitch, which is this stitch right here for me, you're going to work 3 half double crochet stitches all into the same 3rd loop of that corner stitch. That will bring you around, and you'll just continue working all the way around your blanket. When you come to your first stitch, you're going to join with a slip stitch into the top of your first stitch, chain 1, do not turn your work, and repeat this round twice more. So rounds 2, 3, and 4. At the end, you can then fasten off, weave in your ends, and that is your Crazy for Cables blanket complete. If you need to block it, you can go ahead and block it, but it's really up to you. So thank you so much for joining me, and once again I invite you to subscribe if you're continuing to work on your Crazy for Cables blanket. Be sure to share it with me on social media so I can come by and admire it. You can tag Rich Textures Crochet. So until next time, happy crocheting. Bye.